We're getting a bit worried about you, sir.
Couldn't park the car. Blasted traffic wardens all over the shop. All right, all right.
Terror he was. But we all loved him for his warm heart and his kindliness to animals.
And which school incident stayed most vividly in your memory, Mrs. McDougall?
None more than others.
Oh, wasn't it the incident with the apple?
An apple? Oh, yes. You mean the time when I had to give Ernest the slipper?
Yes, that's right. That's the one.
Well, one of the boys brought me an apple.
You're next but one, sir.
And young Ernest, without so much as a by your leave, picked it up and ate it. Fancy me putting Sir Ernest across my knee.
Well, I'm sure it did him a power of good at the time. Thank you, Mrs. McDougall. And so young Ernest Peace left his village school and with a scholarship tucked under his arm, went up to Cambridge. And there he won every possible honor and soon was regarded as one of the great brains of our country. And now, do you recognize this echo from your Cambridge past, Sir Ernest?
You can cook the kippers on a Bunsen burner, Ernie.
Do you recognize that voice?
Of course. Fred Whittaker, opinionated nincompoop.
Come on, Sir Frederick Whittaker, Order of Merit, Companion of Honor, Fellow of the Royal Society.
Go next, General. There's no need to be nervous.
And the Bunsen burner.
Not the least bit nervous.
Good. Come over here, then. I'll give you your cue like this. Then you say, I've got a top-secret document for you from the War Cabinet, correct?
Correct.
Wonderful man, Sir Ernest, don't you think?
Dreadful fellow. Can't stand the sight of him.
But surely...
In fact, I've never met a single soul who even liked him.
It was always Pease first, Whittaker second. And the better man always won.
Well, thank you very much for a very interesting anecdote, Sir Frederick. Ernest Pease was knighted at the unusually early age of 33. And then at the outbreak of war, he was appointed Director of Applied Aeronautical Science at the Ministry's experimental station at Tottington. Yes, but at one moment it looked as if your tenure of office was going to be quite a short one, didn't it? Do you remember you had a visitor?
I've a top-secret document for you. From the War Cabinet.
Come on, Major General, R.K.W. Biggs.
Well.
Sir Ernest, you remember General Biggs, of course?
Never seen the fellow in my life.
Well, as a matter of fact, I think you have, because on one occasion the General sparked off an incident which nearly brought an end to your career. Isn't that so, General?
Yes, that's correct. I remember the incident as though it were yesterday. It was May 1942. No, it wasn't. It was August. Oh, it may have been November. But anyway, I was only a major. Sharpen on.
Sir Ernest is over at Radar Research, Major. He won't be long.
I have a top-secret document for him. From the War Cabinet.
Sir Ernest does not permit smoking in his office, Major.
So he's one of those, is he?
Would equal X. Incorrect. Judging by the results of your more recent calculations, Wentworth, it would appear that your time might more profitably be spent at your desk rather than wasted gossiping in the corridors. Somebody's been smoking in here.
Professor, I made you... Would you mind telling the professor that I have a most important document for him from the War Cabinet?
It's not unusual for Sir Ernest to have communications from the War Cabinet, or even from the Prime Minister himself, for that matter.
Come in. Send him in.
Will you come in, please?
What is it? Are you aware of the official regulations governing the delivery of most secret documents?
Naturally. All my work security.
Then why haven't you asked for proof of my identity?
Well, I know who you are.
You knew nothing of the sort. I might have been a clerk or even a minor official. You think yourself fortunate if I don't report this to your superiors. Good afternoon. Miss Rogers, I find I have to rearrange my plans for this evening. Please to telephone my housekeeper and tell her not to expect me, and arrange for a car to pick me up here at 8 o'clock sharp.
Where do you wish it to take you, sir?
That is a matter which concerns only the driver and myself, Miss Rogers.
Professor Peaks. This is Air Vice Marshal Bickerstaff, sir. Air Officer Commanding 3 Group.
How do you do?
Still want to make the trip, Professor? Going on a reconnaissance over Germany isn't a picnic in there.
I'm perfectly well aware of that, Air Marshal. I'm not doing it for fun. But both Winston and I are agreed that if I'm to perfect my special equipment, I must have first-hand knowledge of how it works under operational conditions.
Of course, of course. Might I ask what is the purpose of this special equipment?
You most certainly may not.
Very well. You better start by changing into this kit. We've given you the temporary rank of flight lieutenant, and of course you'll have a false name and number.
Isn't that going rather too far?
It is not. If you should fall into the enemy's hands, they might make things extremely unpleasant for you. And for us.
That eventuality will not arise. The odds against my being shot down are 837 to 1. I worked it out mathematically on the way here.
Very well. You'd better start by getting rid of that beard.
I most certainly shall not.
I'm sorry, Sir Ernest. We don't allow that sort of tonsorial adornment in the RAF, you know. It's either no beard or no flight.
If that's the best the junior service can do, I shall be forced to make other arrangements.
Now then, Professor. As far as the Navy's concerned, your name's Farrow and your rank is lieutenant.
Doc has laid on the whole thing, Professor. Here are your identity tags. In the unlikely event of your capture, you should tell no one...
Repeat, no one.
...anything other than your name and your rank. Nothing else.
Repeat, nothing else.
I'm perfectly aware of the terms of the Geneva Convention. Thank you, Captain.
All right, Professor. As I told you, our chaps don't go over Germany. But I've arranged with Charles here for you to fly tonight with the 408 Squadron. They're all Australians. And as far as they're concerned, you're a public relations officer with the Admiralty.
What's the matter, sport? Too much wine, women, and song? What do you think of our passengers, Jonesy? Well, he's not exactly the friendliest joke I ever came across. What's he supposed to be doing? PRO from the Admiralty. Gonna take pretty pictures and write us up. Daredevils of the night and all that bull. We'll be over the target in about 20 minutes. I bet you didn't expect a show like this, fellow. On the contrary, it's exactly what I expected. Hilfe!
Es ist ein englischer Soldat.
Zur Hilfe!
Ist die ganze Nacht wach gehalten.
Nein, Greta.
Ruft doch die Polizei! Hört auf, ihr Frauenzimmer!
Ich hole die Polizei.
Bewegen dich nicht.
Frauenzimmer! Seid nicht so doof! Oh! Hört auf!
Here we are, Dulaglu. We always like to have a chat with you flying chaps before sending you off to your prisoner of war camps. I expect you have the same sort of arrangement in England.
My name is Farrow and my rank lieutenant.
Well, you have. Your Dulag is at Trent Park, just outside London, and it's run by the Royal Air Force.
Cigarette, Lieutenant?
My name is Farrow and my rank lieutenant.
I understand you have been extremely uncooperative with my interrogators, but you must realize we must know a little more about you. Otherwise, how can we inform your next of kin that you're safe? Now then, what is your wife's name and address?
My name is Farrow and my rank lieutenant.
I see I must acquaint you with the facts of life as a prisoner of war. If you do not give me the information I require, I may have to hand you over to the Gestapo, whose methods of extracting information are not quite as painless as mine. Now then, I would like your service number, the number of your squadron, and the station at which it is based.
My name is Farrow, my rank lieutenant, and I have no number.
You mean you refuse to give it?
Officers of the Royal Navy do not require a number.
I see. Führen Sie ihn zurück.
Gefangener, Marsch! Tempo! Well, do you think he's of any importance?
We shall soon find out. Put him in room 36.
36, schnell.
Now, look here, Herman. I've told you before. Kindly knock before entering. We might have had a couple of girls in here.
You will stand to attention in the presence of a senior German officer.
Do as he says, Cooper.
You will be in this room, Farrow. Introduce yourself.
Poor old Herman. No sense of humor. Well, welcome to room 36, Farrow. My name is Jimmy Cooper.
Grassy Green. We're Orney boys. Have we met before, Farrow? Your face looks vaguely familiar.
I think not.
Now, that's your bed, Farrow. Park your bum down there and I'll put you in the picture. The whole place is peppered with microphones, so you've got to watch your talk. Haven't you, Grassy, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Stuffed with a handkerchief, they're harmless enough. This is the BBC Home Service. Here is the news, and this is Pilot Officer Prune reading it.
Take it easy, Cooper.
Well, you can't do something to pass the time.
How long are we likely to be kept here?
Oh, a couple of days or so. Depends on whether they think they can get anything out of us.
Yeah, and don't fall for any of that Gestapo stuff. Just keep the old dentures clamped tight and everything will be tickety-boo.
Would you care to look at these? There's not much choice, I'm afraid. 2 1938 Tattlers, an ancient La Vie Parisienne, technical aviation, and a 1939 Punch.
It's the same jokes as the 1929 Punch, only they're all wearing tin hats.
I think the technical journal, if you please. The others are hardly my...
Ah, how about that? Oh, not keen on the old Bristol cities, eh? Oh, pity. Me, I love them. Oh. Especially in the blackout.
You're a bit long in the tooth to go on ops, aren't you, Farrow?
Well, Grassy wants to know what a wingless old buffer like you is doing on ops.
I consider that question not only impertinent, but a gross breach of security.
Puts us in our place, doesn't it, Jimmy?
I'm sorry, Farrow. No offense meant, and none taken, I'm sure.
It's quite safe to talk in here as long as you keep your voice down.
Well, if you must know, I was a public relations officer at the Admiralty.
Ah, a typewriter basher, eh? I'm not surprised you wanted to keep quiet about that. Oh, I wonder if you know an old chum of mine, Dusty Dingle, football correspondent on the Daily Mirror.
I do not know any football correspondents.
You look more like a Times man to me.
Naturally.
I read the Times once, you know. Rum sort of rag. No comic strip.
What is the procedure for going to the lavatory?
Knock 3 times and ask for Fritz.
Fritz?
I shouldn't take that glossy magazine with you. Unless, of course, you're going to read it.
Our fault.
Now then, Hans, what have you to report?
There's no point in our wasting time on either of them.
Oh.
Cooper is an irresponsible idiot, and Farrow is a public relations officer. Before that, he was on the London Times.
I thought he might have been more interesting. Pity. May as well get rid of them at once, then.
Oh, before you do, have the room searched. Cooper's hidden a hacksaw blade in a crack below the windowsill.
Where on earth did he get that from?
I haven't the faintest idea.
The sooner he goes to a Stalag the better.
Oh, what a dump. Hey! Hey, Bonzo! Jimmy? Jimmy Cooper! Hey!
Bonzo!
Jimmy! Welcome to Butlin. Steady on there, Beatface. Pardonnez-moi.
Master Joey, come.
Steady, steady, I won't stay.
Who's your chum, Bonzo?
Jimmy Cooper. We were in 19th Squadron together. He's all right.
Any good at digging?
Don't you ever think about anything but tunnels, Doc? Girls, for instance.
Wavy navy, eh? Oh, if I'm not mistaken, the boys in dark blue are partial to a wee bit of gardening.
I cordially detest gardening.
Oh, but you've done a wee bit of digging in your time, eh?
Certainly not.
Pity. When I first set eyes on you, I said to myself, I said, Jock, there goes a born digger if ever I saw one.
Talk to you later, Jimmy. Tell the adjutant you'd like to be in my room. Hut 15, room 7.
Righto, Bonzo. Stick the kettle on.
Cigarette, Jock? Say there any Germans?
No, thanks. I'll not smoke stolen property. Anyway, I don't like German cigarettes.
Oh, what luck. I've a good mind to give them back.
I don't see a reason why you shouldn't go in with Baines. In the same squadron, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, well, he'll tell you the rules. Just keep your nose clean and see that you obey them. And everything should be tickety-boo.
Thank you very much, sir.
Send in the next man.
Yes, sir.
You're Farrow, aren't you? I'm the camp adjutant. Officers are required to respect my rank and position. In other words, when you come to see me, you'll stand to attention and address me as sir.
As you please.
Sir.
Sir.
For the moment, I'm putting you in Hut 15, room 7, with your chum, Cooper.
Cooper is not my chum. He's an incompetent, irresponsible nincompoop, and I do not wish to be in the same room with him.
You'll go where you're damn well put. This is not an hotel, you know. The sooner you realize that, the better.
Very well. Sir, is it permitted to ask a question?
Go ahead.
How soon can you arrange my escape? It is imperative I return to England.
There are over 600 aircrew in this camp, and every single one of them is more important than a PRO.
That is a matter of opinion.
It's my opinion that counts at the moment. Now get out of here before I lose my temper. And report to the senior British officer.
With what object?
You'll find out. Brett? I understand you were shot down.
I fell out. Through a hole in the side of the aircraft.
It's a bit careless of you, wasn't it? What type of aircraft?
A Wellington.
And the squadron number?
I don't remember. It was of no importance to me.
It's of the greatest importance. Every bit of information you give us is sent to England, where it may prove of value.
As a public relations officer, I know nothing which can be of any interest to you.
It is also our duty to satisfy ourselves that you are who you say you are.
When you communicate my name and rank to the Admiralty, they will doubtless satisfy you on that point. I presume your communications are reciprocal?
It's no concern of yours. Kindly confine yourself to answering the following questions. Where'd you take off?
At Mildenbury.
What was the station commander's name?
I've no idea.
What buses run down Park Lane?
I never travel by bus. But if it would make you happy, I can tell you the names of every known British butterfly.
That will not be necessary. How much is a packet of players?
I gave up smoking in 1939. The price then was 11 halfpenny.
Where was the last test played?
I haven't the remotest idea.
You mean to say you're not interested in sport?
I have better things to occupy my mind.
Where do you live?
In Inverness-shire and at Twickenham.
Twickenham? That has sporting associations.
Unhappily, yes.
Soccer, isn't it?
Your knowledge of sport appears to be even more slender than mine. But if you're trying to discover whether I'm British and whether I've recently come from England, why don't you try some more pertinent questions? What is the petrol ration? What is the value of a meat coupon? What is the name of the head porter at the Athenaeum?
That'll do, Farrow.
One final question. Do you speak German?
Perfectly. Also Gaelic, French, Afrikaans, and Italian. I also know by heart the multiplication table up to 100 and the colour of every British postage stamp from 1 penny to £1.
Yes. Well, Farrow, you may go to your hut.
And a very good day to you, gentlemen.
You clot. Don't you know these are the finals?
Give me a hand, somebody. I was only trying to find hut 15.
That's no excuse. Now, clear off. All right, just bully off. I thought I told you to clear off.
And I told you I was looking for hut 15.
Very well, you go down there, take the second on the left, the first on the right, and you'll come to the ablutions. Once inside, you take the nearest basin. Put your head inside the basin, turn on the tap, and wait till you hear from me again. Got the idea?
Perfectly. You're endeavoring to be funny at my expense. I'll find my own way. Resume your futile game.
I just can't believe it, Bonzo. I was pinched on the Trumpington Road only 1 week ago today. The copper said it was reckless driving. It's ridiculous. I only had one arm round the girl.
Where was the other arm?
Never you mind, you lustful infant. Anyway, that's one fine I won't have to pay.
And that's one we'll lash you won't be able to put your arm round.
Jolly good to have you with us, Jimmy. Can you keep your trap shut?
Yeah, as tight as a Scotsman's purse.
I don't think that's a very funny remark.
We've got a tunnel going from here. The escape committee doesn't know about it. Too many started already.
Where is it?
Can I show him, Jock?
Well, all right then.
Give us a hand, Jimmy.
Right.
It's his idea.
It's marvelous. But isn't it a bit obvious? I mean, weren't the dreaded enemy spotted in no time?
That's the touch of genius.
Aye, who'd be damn fool enough to start a tunnel under a bunk?
Yes, well...
Look out, somebody's coming. Hurry up, man, for Pete's sake. Back out my road. 1, 2, 3, right.
Come in.
Room 7.
Why, if it isn't Farrow, public relations officer from the Admiralty.
And what can we do for you?
I've been allotted a berth here by the adjutant. Where do I sleep?
Well, that's the only spare bunk. Take it easy. We've used most of the bedboards for, firewood.
You can have my wee bunk if you like. Be near the stove. It's warmer than
This will be quite adequate, thank you.
Oh, don't mind the art gallery. They're mostly of Jock's sister.
My sister's married to a clergyman.
Good Lord. Fancy him letting her pose like that.
I would appreciate it if whosever sister it may be were removed to some other berth. Well, gentlemen, what are your plans for escape?
We've no plans at the moment, Farrow. It's a very difficult thing to do.
Besides, the whole place is lousy with ferrets. And even if we had a plan, which of course we haven't, how do we know we can trust you?
I would have you know, sir, that I'm a Highlander, born and bred, and my family have been resident in Scotland since the days of William Wallace.
I see.
I'm too canny to fall for that one. I've never seen a Highlander who wears underpants like yours.
Quite right. They'd show under his kilt.
Well, if you are all prepared to sit here and spend the rest of the war in safety, I am not. I shall make my own plans.
Yes, well, if you've any good ideas, let us know and we'll consider whether we'll use them. Good night, all.
For heaven's sake, Barrow, you're rocking the boat.
If only I had half the number of bedboards to which I'm entitled, I might conceivably achieve a state of comfort.
Oh, do put a sock in it, Farrow. Some of us want a spot of the old sweet dreams.
What do you reckon you'll dream about, Jimmy?
Oh, I hope it's something sexy.
Aye, you'd be better off dreaming of your mother rather than painted Jezebel's cavorting before the footlights.
Steady on, Jock. You're getting me all worked up here, you know.
Oh, look here, Farrah. A man like you will never be comfortable in that bunk. Here, have mine.
I can manage.
Oh, no, man, I insist. After all, I'm a younger man, and besides, my bunk's got an extra bedboard.
Why, you rotten old porridge peddler?
Well, I was saving it for a rainy day. Come on.
Leave go.
No, really. You'll be much better over there.
Let go at once.
Come on.
All very well, then.
You'll be far more comfortable there, Farrow. And so will I.
There you are.
No, I'll make it up for you.
Oh, for heaven's sake, put that light out. I want to get on with my dream.
Oh, just a moment, man. I'm not in yet. All right, Farrow.
Thank you.
I don't know what you were beefing about, Farrow. I'm as snug as a sparrow in its wee nest. Seems I had a wee accident.
Come on, chaps, hurry it up. Let's get it over with. Jones, forward, get a mover.
There's nothing to it. Just stand in line and wait till they count us.
Is it permitted to read?
Do whatever you like, as long as you keep still.
You'll enjoy Stamfell. He's a lager officer. He's easily niggled.
A wizard show. Nothing more enjoyable than a goon blowing his nut. Is he important?
Well, he thinks he is. Here he comes now. The hideous-looking bloke. Good morning, squadron leader.
Good morning.
Parade! Parade! Attention!
And who have we here who does not salute that German officer? Your name?
My name is Farrow, my rank lieutenant.
Oh, the funny man. Maybe the start of a beautiful friendship. You know, like David and Jonathan. Yeah, or Marx and Spencer.
Stand to attention when you speak to me and put down that book. How long have you been here?
I have already given you such information as is necessary under the terms of the Geneva Convention. If you wish to know how long I've been a prisoner, no doubt one of your underlings will supply the answer.
That's told him. I'll say. So, you are trying to make a fool of me.
For that, you do not require any assistance from me. How dare you do that? How dare you strike a British officer? Don't you know the rules of war? Du sollst dich am Arsch lecken, du Saunazi, du!
Ich bin hier der Maßgebende! Sperren Sie diesen Mann sofort ein! Sie tun mir leid mit ihm! You know the penalty for striking a German officer. He will be shot.
He was deliberately provoked. He acted entirely in self-defense.
Parcels up, lads! If you think it's going to be one of those days when no lucky star is up above you, then you better take a note of this simple phrase. Then someone is bound to say, I love you. Tickety-boo, 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 a booby-doo-doo-doo. And this is a habit you should cultivate. It will help to take away the tension. If you've got friends that gloomy.
What's going on in here?
Something seems to have gone wrong with the warning system.
No, it hasn't. Just went across to get these parcels, that's all.
What, and left the door unattended?
I knew Cooper was guarding the window.
Yes. Well, if nobody's got any objections, we'll get on with our rehearsal.
You're not going to sing that terrible tickety-boo for the audition, are you?
Why, certainly. This is the high spot of the act. Cooper and Baines, cross-talk comedians. When the lights go on in London again, you'll see those two names at the top of the bill at the London Palladium. Cooper and Baines.
Baines and Cooper.
Oh, yes, of course, yes. Baines and Cooper. I don't think we rehearse anymore now.
What's that you've got hold of? It's a crossword. Found it in an old Times. Rescued it from a parcel. Damn difficult, too. Should keep us going for at least a week. Oh, absolutely whistled.
We've got to keep our intellects razor sharp. Although, mind you, we haven't really done enough digging for today. Still, what's the first clue?
On a cross, what did Jupiter drop? What did Jupiter drop?
A clanger? I'd say steady on. You don't drop clangers in the Times.
Go to the block! Go to the block! Go to the block! Wait! Go to the block! Go to the block! Get out, quick!
Sing that terrible tickety-boo song again!
Yeah, tickety-boo! 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 Tickety-boo!
A boopy-doo-doo-doo! A boopy-doo-doo! Tickety-boo! 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 Out! 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 A boopy-doo-doo! Out! A boopy-doo-doo-doo! A boopy-doo-doo-doo! Out!
Oh, have a heart, mate. You're not feeling tickety-boo.
Nine! Out! Out!
All right, all right. Keep your haystack on. A boopy-doo-doo-doo.
By the way, Major, if you're looking for tunnels, we've got an absolute smasher starting under that bunk.
on earth did you tell Stamford about our tunnel?
You didn't. You couldn't. You're kidding.
Well, of course I told him. He's such a pig-headed elf, he wouldn't dream of looking there now.
Yes. Unless somebody's blabbed already.
What do you mean, Jock?
Oh, Pharaoh. Did you not notice how he talked back to Stamford in German? And did you not think it strange that he's only been in the cooler 24 hours and the first thing that happens is the search hour block?
You might have something there, Jock. Just before we left your leg luft, they searched our room there. They found a hacksaw blade I'd hidden. I wonder if Pharaoh...
Of course he did, the dirty stool pigeon.
I'm sure you're wrong, Jock. Pharaoh must be quite a decent chap, otherwise he wouldn't have kicked Stamford on the shin.
Oh, just a put-up job to get himself arrested so that he could blab about our tunnel. Now, you mark my words. Before you can say Rabbi Burdens, he'll be out of that cooler.
Yes, and as soon as they find our tunnel, we'll be in it.
Look out, here it comes.
Well, Harris, you are not so clever as you think. Appearing to my Frampton. Alan, fast!
Fancy old Birdie having a tunnel. I always thought it was wet as a baby's nappy. Well, that puts Pharaoh in the clear.
Oh, it does nothing of the sort. He's obviously playing a cat and mouse game with us. It'll be our turn next. You wait and see. Psst. What did I tell you? Out after 24 hours.
Good Lord. I thought he'd get 6 weeks at least. Well, what are we going to do?
Well, let's not be hasty. We can play a cat and mouse game, too. For the moment, let's ignore him.
What? Sort of send him to Coventry?
That's right. Then when the proper time comes, we'll confront him with his treachery.
Good morning, gentlemen.
I don't think he's going to mind being sent to Coventry.
Give it time. He'll soon crack up.
Oh, dear. It's time for the audition.
You're not nervous, are you, Jimmy?
Look at the old butterflies in the old tum. Doing circuits and bumps. Don't be an arse. He'll be damn glad to get a spot of decent talent for a change.
Right. Who's next?
Cooper and Baines. Cross-talk comedians, I'm afraid.
Oh, dear. All right, carry on.
Cooper and Baines, let's have you.
Excuse me, sir. Before we start,
What is it, Cooper?
we will be wearing funny clothes on the night, sir.
Yes, I'm sure you will. Carry on.
I just thought I'd mention, sir, because funny clothes will make us much funnier and all that. I could wear a red nose if you like, sir.
Get on with it, Cooper.
Oh, righty-ho. Hi there. Good evening, Bertie. Oh, hello, Freddie. Did you pull the cat out? No, I didn't know it was on fire. Tell me, you're looking rather fit, Bertie. Oh, I am, Freddie, I am. I got up this morning, had a cold bath, and felt rosy all over. Who's Rosie? I say, who was that gentleman I saw you with last night? That was my grandfather. I thought he fell at Waterloo. He did, Freddie, he did. On platform 11.
Next, please.
This isn't the actual kilt that I'll be wearing on the night, you understand. It's just to give you the notion. I mean the idea of the thing, you know. I'm going to do an impersonation of the greatest of our Scottish comedians, Sir Harry Lauder. And the song is called Will You Stop Your Tickling Joke? Will you stop your tickling joke? Will you stop your tickling joke? Dinna make me laugh so hearty, or you'll make me choke. Oh, I wish you'd stop your nonsense. Just look at all the folk.
Would you stop your tickling? Ickle, stop your tickling joke. Would you stop your tickling joke?
Thank you very much indeed, Everett.
Oh, but there's another 6 verses at least.
I'll get in touch with you.
Oh, thank you.
What about us, sir?
No, not as comedians. I might be able to use you, though. Let's have a look at your legs. Not bad.
What's the idea, sir?
You're going to join the ladies of the chorus.
How about some grub, Bonzo? Your duty, cook.
Okay.
I have already taken my allocation. You need have no anxiety. I took exactly 1/6 of everything.
Did you do this?
Certainly.
That was our entertainment for at least a week.
There is no need to lose your temper. It can quite easily be copied out again.
That's not the same thing. You dirty spy.
I say, take it easy, Jock.
I will not. I'm going to find out once and for all who Clara really is.
I'm with you, Jock. We've had as much of your blasted rudeness as we intend to stand.
Yes, you can answer a few questions. And if you don't, I'm going to have a wee accident with this fork.
Oh, dear.
You'll be all right if you tell the truth. Now, he will, won't he, chaps?
If you don't stop behaving like hooligans, I shall call the guard.
They may be friends of yours, but you'll not stay alive to squeal to them.
Farrow, use your loaf. You'll be all right if you've got nothing to hide. Now, won't he, chaps?
No, he won't. How did you get out of the cooler so quickly?
It was due entirely to the intervention of the senior British officer.
Senior German officer, you mean? Who's the director of public relations at the Admiralty?
I haven't the faintest idea.
That's what we thought. You're no more a public relations officer than I am.
Who are you? Come on, tell us, admit you're a Jerry!
Steady, Jock, steady on. Jock, control yourself.
Gentlemen, stop that at once. Sit down, all of you. Cool off.
He admits he's not a PRO, sir.
I'm already aware of that.
So you found out about the dirty pretender.
I've just decoded a message from London about you, Farrow. From the Prime Minister.
Ah. So you discovered my identity?
Yes. You might have saved a lot of trouble if you'd told me in the first place.
Shouldn't we discuss this in private?
On the contrary, we're to help you to escape as quickly as possible. Until we work something out, we must do nothing to arouse the slightest suspicion.
Very well. But is it necessary for these idiots to know who I am?
I say, steady on.
Well, it might stop them from trying to cut your throat. Now, you'll treat what you've just heard as absolutely top secret. All you need to know is that the Prime Minister considers Farrow so important that he must be got back to England. You'll give him any assistance he may require. Now, that's an order. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I'd like to see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. By then, I'll have spoken to the escape committee. In the meantime, I suggest you all apologize to Farrow for your appalling behavior. Good night.
Good night, sir. Good night.
Well, it seems we're a wee bit overcautious, sir, but I'd like you to know, sir, I'm sorry for making such a dreadful mistake, sir.
And that goes for all of us, sir. Doesn't it, chaps?
I hope you'll harbour no ill feeling over what's happened, sir.
And you'll no mention it to the Prime Minister when you get back, will you, sir?
It is hardly going to help matters if you all start calling me sir. I'm a naval lieutenant. I accept your apologies. The incident is closed.
Thank you very much, sir. I mean, Farrow.
Well, I'd better get on with the grub, I suppose.
You and your bloody hacksaw blade.
All right, Baines, I'll take over now. You come with us, will you, Farrow? I'm chairman of the escape committee. We observe certain precautions here. That's one of our lookouts.
Here we are. Have a game.
We have to.
Cover plan.
All right, Piggott. Tell Farrow your plan.
We've
got a tunnel starting in ablutions. 3 of our chaps plan to go out this week. One of them standing down for you. Last.
Well, bad luck. Your turn, Farrow. Trouble is, the goons lock up ablutions an hour before sunset. It's too near the perimeter for their liking. Oh, good shot.
3 of you will have to hide yourselves there just before sunset. I'm afraid that means sitting in a cistern with cold water up to your necks until after the goons have searched the place.
How's the plan strike you, Farrow?
Ill-conceived, but I shall take advantage of it nevertheless.
Your turn, Piggott.
Obviously, the most difficult part of an escape is not getting out of camp, but getting out of Germany. I propose so to do without the inevitable hue and cry which accompanies such an event.
Fair enough, if you can manage it.
I shall. The escape will take place as planned with only 2 of your men. I shall disappear at the same time.
You've played this game before.
Undoubtedly, your 2 escapers will be recaptured within a few hours. I shall not. After the first 3 or 4 weeks, the Germans will inevitably assume that Farrow has been successful, and I shall no longer be of any interest to them.
You mean, when you do escape, no one will realize you're missing?
Exactly.
Well, that's all very well for you, but we'll have the problem of hiding you.
The tunnel's already been started in room 7.
What? In room 7? Well, nobody told me about that. Did you know that, sir?
I shall hide in there when necessary.
While we think of another way for you to escape.
While I think of another way to escape. Whose idea was this trapdoor?
Mine. Do you like it?
I do not. It's an incompetent piece of carpentry. We will redesign it according to these specifications. If it's going to work at all, it must work smoothly and quickly. Cooper, you will assist him. Plum, you will be responsible for the shoring of the tunnel. It's no good in its present state. It must be done like that. Cooper, here is the roster of guard duties. One of you will always stay in here with me. Another will act as lookout at the entrance to the hut, except after lights out. I shall endeavor to remain above ground as much as possible.
4 hours on and only 4 hours off? I say, that's a bit steep.
You have nothing else to do.
We most certainly have. Bonzo and I got to rehearse. We're chorus girls.
How utterly revolting. Any other questions on the plan in general?
How about food?
Obviously, when I reported missing, you will lose my ration. The senior British officer is attempting to arrange a further supply for me.
And if he fails?
I shall meet that eventuality when it arises.
You can't starve to death. I vote we each give him a share of ours.
Yeah. Couldn't be more, yes.
I wouldn't dream of permitting such a thing. You have little enough as it is.
Now, look here, Farrow. If dear old Winston wants you home, I'm only too delighted to give you some of my filthy food.
I refuse to accept.
It's not up to you. It's settled. When's 0 hour?
Thursday night.
Good show. Come on, Jock, let's get cracking with the trapdoor.
Well, if we have to.
Kalt, huh?
Ja.
Ready, Farrow?
Ready?
Zoek die Baracke ab!
Hurry! You'd better have this.
He's fatter than that, eh?
Quick! You may be down there for a long time. Right?
Back to your bunks!
Browse! Up early this morning, aren't we? War over or something? Out. Out. Good morning, Major. Is it morning, Mother, darling?
Out! 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 For heaven's sake, give me time to get my breeks on. Nurse! 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 Whose bank is this?
Which bank?
This bank!
Oh, that bank. Yeah, well, now, let me see. Now, no, it isn't my bunk. No, this is my bunk back here. Isn't it, Jock? Yeah, this one here. The one with the smashing pin-ups.
Oh, wish they were real, don't you?
Answer at once. Who is missing from this room?
That wasn't what he asked me, you know. He said whose bunk.
It's Farrow's bunk, Major.
So it is, of course. It's Farrow's bunk. Yeah, it is, isn't it, Bonza?
Well, now you mention it, I believe it is Farrow's bunk.
Where is he?
Well, oh, he's done a bunk. Whoop! Four and a quarter hours we've been hanging about here. What the hell are they playing at?
You think they suspect anything?
I doubt it.
So that's it. They've caught Bacon and Whittaker.
You see, it is always the same. They get out, they come back. Bacon and Whittaker will now spend the usual stay in the cooler.
But you've only caught two of them.
Oh, we will catch Farrow, don't you worry. And when we do, you may dismiss your men.
Parade, parade, attention! Dismiss!
I hope he's still alive. Must be a bit foggy down there.
Who's on corridor duty?
I am.
All clear. Anybody know anything about artificial respiration?
But only for saving chaps who've been drowned.
Farrow! Farrow! Are you tickety-boo?
Don't shout so. Of course I'm perfectly all right. Why shouldn't I be?
I just thought the old oxygen bags might be empty.
There is enough air in that tunnel to last any normal man between 12 and 16 hours. For a man like myself in a state of suspended animation, it's possible to remain even longer.
A yogi walla.
That was a damn good meal. Congratulations, Jock. You're improving.
I didn't cook it, Farrow did.
That was good of you, Farrow.
He's offered to take on all the cooking.
Purely as an act of self-defense. It occupies my time.
Still, it's jolly clever to do it so well.
Cooking requires no intelligence. Were it otherwise, women would be no good at it. However, while I'm prepared to do the cooking, I have no intention whatsoever in having anything to do with the washing up.
Have you decided how you're going to escape yet, Farrow?
Only three ways of escaping. Over, under, or through.
There's only one way. Through a well-constructed tunnel like mine.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. There's a chap in Hut 3 who's been collecting brown paper for weeks.
What's that got to do with it?
He's going to build a balloon.
What's he going to inflate it with?
Hot air. He's going to light a fire under it, and as it starts to rise, jump aboard. Idea interest you, Farrow?
Certainly not. I shall go out the same way that I came in, through the gate.
Your grub's warming up on the stove.
Oh, thanks. Oh, I doubt if even the cuddle with Jock's sister could warm me up.
We were just giving Farrow a few suggestions on how to escape.
Ah, well, I know a chap with a wizard idea. I shouldn't tell you, really. It's a dead secret.
Oh, come on, Jimmy.
We swear you won't tell us so. Cub's honor.
Come on, man, get on with it.
Well, He's going to make a balloon out of brown paper.
We've already had that bloody silly idea.
What about those dogs?
What dogs?
You know, the patrol dogs, the big Alsatians.
What about them?
Well, knock one off, skin it, put it on, and go out on all fours. Well, you might have to growl a bit and cock your leg and all that.
This is supposed to be a serious discussion, Cooper.
Well, that was supposed to be a serious suggestion, Everett.
What visitors come into the camp?
No visitors, Pharaoh.
Not even at half-term.
An old chimney sweep turns up now and then. But I suppose that's no use. Well, several chaps have tried impersonating him.
Anybody else?
Well, not that I can think of.
There's the Swiss Commission.
Oh, don't be daft, Bonzo. There's 3 of them.
How often do they appear?
Once every 6 months. They're the protecting power.
And when are they due again?
You're not considering impersonating them?
I intend to consider everything, including dogs and balloons.
Right, take your places for the first number, please.
Mason Smith, what the devil do you think you're doing? Get those curtains, Smith. Come on.
Everything's very nice, huh? All right, now look, I want to run the whole coach room without any interruption. All right, you can stop that painting for a few minutes. Lights, music. Cooper.
Wait, is anything wrong, sir?
You know bloody well what's wrong. Take off those whiskers.
But this is only a dress rehearsal, sir. I'd be awfully obliged if I could keep them till the night. I am rather attached to them, sir.
But you're making everything look wrong. Here am I trying to put up a decent show and...
Oh, very well, sir.
Well, not now, you clot. You'll hold everything up.
What do you mean I can keep them until tomorrow, sir?
Yes. Now get back into line. All right, start all over again.
Oh, thanks awfully, sir. Thank you very much.
Come on, everybody, quickly, quickly, into place. Places.
Look here, which one of you girls is Baines?
I am, sir.
Sir.
Is there anything wrong?
I want to word with you as soon as the number's over. I'll be at the back of the theatre.
I'm afraid I'm engaged, sir.
Come off it. I want you to take a message to Farrow.
Yes, sir.
If we can notify London of the day he plans to escape, they'll lay on an agent to pick him up.
Shh. He plans to impersonate the Swiss Commission.
Well, that's ridiculous. There are 3 of them.
Yes, well, Cooper and I have volunteered to be the other 2.
That's suicidal.
Well, he's got it all worked out. He wants a plan of the camp and a description of the commission.
Will you two stop talking? Here am I trying to do a worthwhile job, and all you can do is to gossip like a couple of schoolgirls. And one of you a wing commander. Really?
Better humor him for the moment.
Yes. Let him get on with the show.
No, not him. Farrow. Keep him occupied. The escape committee thinks I'd something more practical.
If you don't mind, sir.
Oh, my dear fellow.
This is what the commission looks like. Pickett had Willie Wilson draw them last time they were here. That's Stanley escorting them. He takes them to the SBO's office, then waits around while the old man talks to them. This is a diagram of the camp. The route the commission took last time has been marked in dotted lines.
Excellent.
The whole scheme's madness. It's doomed.
On the contrary, it presents no problems.
I wouldn't say that exactly. The commission have to show their passes both coming in and going out.
I'm perfectly aware of that. The guards change every 2 hours, correct?
Correct. Regular as clockwork.
And the last time the commission came, they spent over 3 hours with the senior British officer.
You'll keep them nattering as long as you like.
Exactly.
Well, I still think it's madness. It'll be funny to see you without your whiskers.
I'm sorry to have to disappoint you, Everett, but it will not be necessary for me to remove my beard. The new guards will be in no position to appreciate the fact that the 3 men going out are not the same as the 3 men who went in.
You'll never do it.
What about the passes?
The same applies. As long as we have suitably impressive-looking documents, there should be no trouble. There remains only one problem, Stampfel.
I wouldn't like to be the chap that has to do that. I mean, it's one thing impersonating a civilian, but when it comes to impersonating a German officer... What are you looking at me like that for, Farrell?
Do you speak German, Everett?
No, I certainly do not, and if you're thinking...
Stand up. Come on. Do as he says. The height's right. Same build. Same shifty eyes. He's a natural.
You mind your own business, Cooper.
The correct uniform and a cap like Stanford.
Now, listen, I'll have no part of this.
You'll do exactly what I say, and that's an order.
Oh, no, Farrell, please.
Nothing to worry about, Jock. You're only coming as far as the gate. Yes, we'd have to grey you up a little bit, stick a bit of hair under your nose. He might even do something for you, Jock.
Oh.
All right. All right. But it isn't very much to ask. After all, some of us have to make far greater sacrifices.
Winko Piggott. Thanks. Can't stay long. No one knows you're here, and no one knows I'm here. Get it? The fact is, Farrow, the escape committee doesn't think very much of your plan.
I am not in the least concerned with what the escape committee thinks. My mind is made up.
Now, look here, Farrow.
I shall shortly be issuing a detailed operational plan, and I shall expect your full cooperation.
Yes, well, that's all very well for you.
Here is a list of my immediate requirements. The operation will be perfectly straightforward. Cooper, Baines, and I will go to Hut 3, where we will change into civilian clothing.
But the commission's going into Hut 3 to see the group captain.
Exactly. And when they're nicely settled down with him, we shall emerge in their places. Meanwhile, Everett will go to Hut 4, where he will change into German uniform, ready to take the place of Stampfel.
Well, what about the real Stanford?
Your committee will arrange a diversion to keep him occupied, while Everett escorts us out of the camp.
And you think it's going to be as easy as that?
You yourself will lend verisimilitude to the scheme by coming with us to the camp gates, thanking us for our help, and wishing us a safe return journey to Geneva.
Thank you. Yes, a bit tight under the arms, isn't it?
That's not the only place it's tight.
Yes. Well, now, I think a little more padding here.
Don't forget the continental touches, Hankley. You know, baggy trousers, all that sort of nonsense.
Most Swiss businessmen favor the British style. We ought to know. We've accommodated enough continental gentlemen in our time. Thank you. It'll be ready by tomorrow night. Now then, when is the third gentleman coming in for his fitting?
He isn't. Strictly off the peg stuff for him. You've got his measurements. What more do you want?
Most unsatisfactory. Most unsatisfactory.
Try those for size.
Nothing like him. You'll have to get somebody else.
Perfect. Hello, twins. Congratulations. You've got the part.
Out there. Oh, it's
Excellent, excellent. Good as the real thing.
We'll have to write in the names when they get here.
Well, you've only got 10 minutes. Think you'll be able to do it in time?
Of course.
Excellent, excellent.
When the war's over, we're going to make fivers.
Yes, excellent, excellent. Huh? You've taken 17 seconds so far.
Much too fast. They're supposed to be representatives of the protecting power, not competitors in the London to Brighton race.
Shh. Not so loud.
Why do you stare, huh? Oh, no, I was just admiring your uniform, Major. Is there anything in the Geneva Convention that says that's not permitted? Move on, English swine. Scottish swine.
Look, get him.
Come on. Well, I've got to practice.
Raus, raus! Weiter gehen. Im Schnelllauf.
Weitergehen.
73 seconds. Seem like 73 hours in the day.
No.
Well, come on, let's walk through it again.
Hey! Hey, Cooper! It's Grassy. I won't be a sec, Bonzo. Grassy Green, whatever happened to you?
I've been in bed at Dulag ever since you left. Flu.
Ooh, nasty. I hope it didn't cramp your style.
Weitergehen.
I don't think so, no.
Well, it's a narrow escape, that's all I could say.
How's Farrow?
Oh, he's fine. He's, yes. Well, I think he is. He did a bunk out of here about 3 weeks ago.
Did he?
Yes.
Good for him.
Didn't like the place very much. You know?
By the way, Jimmy, where do you hang out?
Hat 15, room 7. Trot along and see us.
Mach schnell! Kalot. Why did you invite him to our room?
You didn't tell him what we're up to, did you?
Of course not. Anyway, Grassy's all right. He knows Farrow. We were all at Dulag together.
Yeah, well, I don't like it. It may be all right for some, but others have to stay behind and face the music. Martial music.
Come on, chaps, we better go through this again.
Plum.
Yes, Farrow?
After I've left you, I suggest you do not allow your socks to get into this deplorable condition before mending them.
Yes, Farrow. Look as though they've been through a Gruyere cheese machine.
Excuse me, is this hat 15? Yes, it is. You're looking for someone? Jimmy Cooper, actually. He's in room 7, but I don't think he's there at the moment.
Well, I might as well take a look as I'm here.
Excuse me.
Get down the hatch, Farrow.
I beg your pardon.
That's all right. I was looking for Jimmy Cooper.
Oh, I know him well. We shared the same room. Is it? Oh, no, it can't be. Yes, it is. Aren't you, Alistair McGillicuddy from Glasgow?
Sorry, my name is Green.
Amazing. Do you know you're the spitting image of Alistair McGillicuddy? A relative, I suppose.
No.
Oh, well, I never. You know, when I saw you coming down the corridor, I said to myself, Jock. Who did you say you were looking for again?
Cooper.
Oh, yes. Well, you'll find him in there if he's in. It's amazing, though.
Hello, Jimmy.
Amazing.
I thought I'd follow up your invitation.
Yes, well, come in, Grassy. I can't offer you a drink, I'm afraid. The wine merchant forgot to call this week. How about a cup of char?
That's fine. It's fine.
Plum? Eh? Oh, yes, of course.
Well, you're nice and cozy here. course, it was a bit of a blow to have to leave the hospital to come here. Especially when we were so nearly ready to escape. Oh, thanks.
That's the luck of the game.
What are the chances of getting out of this place?
Not bad. Farrow did it.
Yes. I take my hat off to him. He's not a young man. Did you hear if he got back?
Yes, he did. Didn't he, Jimmy?
Did he? Oh, yes. Yes, of course he did.
Well, good luck to him. Wherever he may be.
I'm worried about Farrow.
You're not starting to like him, are you?
Heavens, no. All the same, we'll miss him when he goes.
Oh, he'll not go. The plan is doomed. We're all doomed. Unless, of course, we go by tunnel.
Oh, looks like there's been a slight mistake.
Somebody's talking.
Yes, it's the chaps next door. We often get that here. Think nothing of it.
Yes, indeed. Good Lord, it's 4 o'clock, you know.
4 o'clock?
Yes, I promised old Morgan I'd make up a 4 at bridge.
And I must get this work done.
Yes,
I'll help you.
Come along, Grassy.
Oh, very well.
Yes, might even make it a 5.
So you're Farrow. Thought you'd escaped.
Tomorrow. I was asked you not to mention my presence to anyone.
You can count on me. Oh, and I'd be obliged if you didn't tell anyone you'd seen me. Tunnel's unofficial. Navigation's a bit rusty. Well, cheerio and good luck. You shore up your side, and I'll shore up mine, and I'll be in Scotland.
Everything set?
Yes, sir.
Farrow ready?
Yes, sir. But he's in a terrible mood.
Oh, no. I better have a word with him. It's the Wingco, sir. What's that, Farrow?
Of all the ludicrous ideas, this one of yours is the most inept.
But it was the only way to move you.
Well, I can only hope that it comes off for your sake.
Yes. Well, stand by. Shall we synchronize watches?
Very well.
It's exactly 9:17 and 55 seconds. You've got exactly 2 minutes, right?
Hands, stop! Hands! Hold the spot, begin! Left hand, up, hands off!
Worry. It'll easily wash out afterwards.
If there is an afterwards. But just my luck if it rains.
Good morning, Group Captain. A moment. I trust when the commission arrives that you will have no complaints to make about me.
Genießen Sie Ihre Visite, meine Herren. Wiedersehen.
Zeigen Sie Ihre Papiere bei der Wache. Ja, da hinten. Hanne. Ja.
Ihre Pässe, bitte. Danke. Schreiben Sie das Buch, bitte. Danke. Danke.
They're on their way here now, sir.
Good. Now get back to the gate.
Yes.
Ausweise, bitte. Danke.
They'll be passing this way in a moment. Better get a look at them. Stand there where you can't be seen.
Two of them are wearing raincoats. And it's not even raining.
Are there any coats like that in the camp?
Have to scrub the whole operation.
Don't be such a ninny.
Well, make yourselves at home. Well, please sit down.
Thank you.
Now, gentlemen, could I have your names?
Gerschweiler.
Fleischer.
Cordonnier.
Now, would you be good enough to sign my book? The records? Cigarette? No, thank you.
Thank you.
No, thanks. This is a list of complaints, sir.
Oh, thank you. Well, gentlemen, if it's convenient to you, I suggest we spend the first part of the morning.
Nice and flowery.
Now, pull it down in front. No, the hat. That's better. You look fine.
Well, I don't feel it.
What's this? It's only wood. If the worst comes to the worst, you can threaten people with it.
The worst comes to the worst, I'll shoot myself with it.
You'd better sit down and relax.
We've got to have those coats. You all have to steal them.
Me?
Of course.
I can do nothing of the sort. For one thing, they represent the Swiss government, and for another, the group captain would never permit it.
Very well, I'll steal them myself.
What?
Give me a bit of paper.
We'll never get away with it.
What do you want it for? Give me a bit of paper and don't waste time.
So much for the delay over the Red Cross parcels. We now come to a more serious matter. The striking of one of my officers by Major Stamford. This incident occurred on Friday. Yes?
Excuse me, sir. A matter of great importance.
What is it?
Permettez, monsieur, que je me présente dans une costume farouche, mais une affaire d'extrême urgence, vous comprenez?
Quite out of the question.
I'm sorry to have troubled you, sir. Messieurs.
Well, now, as I was saying, gentlemen, we now come to the incident when one of my officers was struck by Major Stamford.
Pardon, monsieur.
Wache! Halt! Ein Schritt vorwärts! Marsch! Wache! Links um! Abtreten! Marsch! Links, rechts, links, rechts, links, rechts, links, rechts, links, rechts,
Where's Stanley?
He's inspecting the cookhouse, seeing it spick and span before the commission get a look at it.
I see. We'll get cracking as soon as he comes out.
Yeah.
That will do admirably.
All right, stand by. As soon as Stanford leaves the cookhouse, the diversion will start. You feeling all right?
Ghastly. I expect Jimmy's butterflies are taking off all over the place. You're damn right. 3 of them have crash-landed already.
Well, things may start to happen any moment. So I wish you good luck now. Now, I don't have to remind you that the main object of this operation is to get Farrow to his rendezvous. After that, you two are on your own. Now, you sure you've got everything now? Money, food, passes?
Yes, thank you, sir.
Right. Good luck to you, Farrow.
Luck will not enter into it.
Oh, well, I'll have to Leicester Square.
I shall do no such thing. A ghastly place, full of milk bars.
What's your name? Just a moment.
This is all I did to him. Oh, brother, you did that on purpose.
Shall we play the game, shall we?
You mind your own business.
It is my business. I'm the referee.
Bloody bad one you are, too.
Sorry, Major.
Enjoying the game, Major?
Very much. An excellent example of British sportsmanship.
It's me. Well, go on, salute, man.
What's the matter, man?
We're walking much too fast. There's no occasion for haste. I think we should go and inspect the cookhouse before leaving.
But I can't keep Stanford occupied that long.
Very well, but I insist on making some notes.
This game popular in Germany, Major?
In Germany, only the ladies play it.
Oh, too rough for the men.
If we don't move soon, I'm going to wet myself.
The more we dawdle, the less attention we draw to ourselves.
Thinking of leaving us, gentlemen? Ah, Farrow. I thought you went some time ago.
I was always a little puzzled by the precision of your speech, Green. I should have guessed.
Not Green. Lieutenant Hans Kringling of Luftwaffe Intelligence.
You dirty, rotten...
Arrest these men, Major. They are imposters.
Yeah.
I'm afraid the game's up, boys. We'll give you no trouble, Major. Shall we go this way?
Now, look after him. You lot get going. Good luck. Come on.
This is as far as I go. No doubt I'll be accused of striking a German officer this morning and be shot at dawn this afternoon.
Nonsense, Everett. You've done very well. Don't spoil it all by getting caught now. Come on.
Ausweise vorzeigen, bitte.
Doomed they are. They should have gone by tunnel.
Ihre Pässe.
Ausweise abgeben.
Grüß Gott. Herrlicher Wintersonne, nicht? Ich möchte meinen Pass abliefern. Grüß Gott. Guten Tag.
Wollen Sie den Wagen, mein Herr?
Ich danke. Bei so schöner Zeit, ich glaube, wir gern lieber zu Fuß.
Also gut.
Grüß Gott.
Welcome back, Sir Ernest. We were so worried when we heard that you'd been ill.
But I have not been ill. Please sit down, Miss Rogers. Would you be so kind as to make a notice to order the following? 2 Macintoshes size 40.
But your size is 52, sir.
2 Macintoshes size 40. A month's supply of Times crossword puzzles. 1 best quality darning mushroom. A dozen darning needles. An assortment of colored wools.
Are you sure you're feeling well, sir?
Will you please find out the tartan the Everett family is entitled to wear? I wish to order a kilt. And finally, will you procure for me 1 dozen back numbers of La Vie Parisienne?
Miss Rogers,
What is it, child? Speak up.
there's an officer from the War Cabinet to see you, sir.
Send him in.
Going.
What is it?
The minister thought you might care to know about Flight Lieutenant Baines and Flying Officer Cooper, sir.
Ah, so they've been recaptured, have they? I thought they wouldn't have the brains to make it.
But they did make it. They're in Stockholm. They arrived safely last night. They'll be flown home on Monday. The minister thought you might like to go and meet them.
Thank you. Good morning.
Or wouldn't you like to?
I said good morning. Miss Rogers, please to cancel the order for La Vie Parisienne and book me 3 seats for the Windmill Theatre on Monday night.
The Windmill Theatre, sir? But they have naked women there. Surely you've made some mistake.
I never make mistakes, Miss Rogers.
This is your memory album, Sir Ernest Pepys. But before we hand it to you, with its record of your war and post-war services to the nation, we have one more surprise for you. As is our custom on this night, we bring you your friends from all over the world. From Australia, the foremost designer of ladies' foundation garments.
How wonderful to see you, sir. Fabulous.
My dear boy.
Wonderful.
And now from India, one of our most energetic missionaries.
Ah, bless you.
And now, rather nearer home this time, West London's leading undertaker.
Everett. Bide your time, Everett, bide your time.
Still digging?
And now, just one more voice.
Rouse! Rouse!
It's the voice of a man who was once your enemy and is now the entertainment manager, and a very popular one, at a British holiday camp.
Look who's here. Stanford.